Welcome back, people. Jason34 here, back with another video. Welcome back to Fishing North Atlantic. Alright, so we're going to pick up roughly where we left off in the last video. It's been a bit since I played this, at least one or 2 days. So, we're going to be back here. We're going to start this delivery run here. Automatic, 5 gear speed on the auto drive, because clearly until we get outside the port we won't be able to open up the throttle. I've upgraded the motor to max, but that does not much matter because clearly, yeah, as soon as I get enough money to hire a crew member, I'm definitely going to put him on repair duty. I don't really much care for the way that it's like you set it to a certain speed and it like keeps shooting way up and then going way back down, and shooting way up and then going back down. It's like, that's an easy way to get fined. It's like my speed keeps jumping between like 4 miles an hour and 7 and like 6. 7, 6. I've got a long time to deliver this cargo, but since I'm not planning to do any fishing until I get at least a little bit of money in my wallet, so I can at least start paying off that loan as soon as the bills come through, because I'm going to be out there for several days hauling in fish. Well, long enough to throw out all my long lines, doing like 2 long lines at a time. Maybe doing all of them, but I don't know. That might be too much. I might have to do like 5 and then wait like 22 hours and throw out the like 20 or something out, like 18 hours maybe, and then throw out the other ones. Finance. Okay. It's $26 left. I basically can't afford to be fined again, or I'll go and start going in the hole. Okay. I'm hoping to get the lobster running as soon as possible. Well, I mean, I'm going to do everything in the game a good bit, even trolling fishing and scallop dragging, because I've never done scallop dragging. I did troll fishing a little bit in the Barents Sea game, but other than that, no, I didn't do it that much. And I mean, that was like the last thing I did before I stopped playing the game. I was troll fishing. Just kind of dragging my net, running back and forth. Literally, I would go to one end of the map where the ice is, and then I would simply turn around and go back the other way. Literally make a 180-degree turn and go back the other way, or like a 90-degree turn. 90-degree turn, and just basically make a U-turn and go back the other way. Is it a 180 or a 90-degree turn for a U-turn? I think it's 180. Might be. I don't know. managing to keep my speed at least a reasonable distance. I mean, as soon as I reach the 2, I'm going to open up the throttle as soon as I can reach the 2, but it's going to be a little bit. We're on a run today to deliver whatever it is they ordered. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like is the fact that whenever you take a port delivery, your deck doesn't like change. There's no boxes or anything on there that you're like, it's like, here's this box, you must take it to the port and give it to them. It's like you never see any boxes or anything anywhere on your boats. It's like you never really know, are you actually taking it or not? I want to hurry up and get past this and get down to the 2 so I can open up the throttle the rest of the way. Damn it. Oh well. It's fine. We've made it out of port area. Open up the throttle, girl, old girl. Let's rock. Damn! Calm down, old girl. I know you want to turn fast, but calm down. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm going fast. Look at that bow. It's raised them out of the water a little bit. I know. It's like we're going super fast. Yep. Auto drive. Autopilot. I don't know. Should I? I want to see what's on the radio, but then again, I could get copyrighted for random music. I don't know. I might not. I might not be able to. I don't know. Should I? I really don't want to have to cut that part. So no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to risk it. Yes, we are now hauling batonkas around the area, so yes. Da, 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 ba, da, da, da. I wonder what's on the phone today. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see here. See if there's any interesting reads on Google. There might be an interesting article. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Starfield PC system requirements. I've been waiting for that one to come out. I might try to stream that on Twitch, hopefully. Oh well, I'll try. Bethesda confirms you can't play the game if a critical component is missing. In 2018, Bethesda's E3 presentation was in development for years. The game is now finally set to launch next month and has gamers relentless as they are eager to traverse the world of Starfield. However, some PC players will find it hard to be able to enjoy Starfield on their current PCs as per the system requirements for the game that was published on Steam by Bethesda. Players will need a strong rig to run the game even on low graphics settings. Ooh, God, I'm glad I'm getting this on Xbox. If we ignore Fallout 76, Starfield is the first major single-player title after Fallout 4 and the first new universe in over 25 years from Bethesda. The game is set in the year 2330, where players will be able to explore a vast open-world galaxy with over 100 systems and 1,000 planets. Starfield's settled systems is approximately 50 light years outward from our solar system. The game will have a lock-picking minigame offering players the ability to build and customize their own spaceships. That's nice. The gamers will be able to land in a major in-game city and then explore the whole planet, also visiting all the planets in the settled system. The game is massive and it can take players around 130 hours to just get started with the game, including main quests and side quests. The gamers have always been fascinated by sci-fi and space exploration games. Starfield aims to provide an immersive experience. System requirements for Starfield on Steam. Bethesda has released the system requirements for the title on Steam, and some PC gamers might need to switch into a high-performance PC if they wish to enjoy whatever Starlight. I like that. It says Starlight. I don't think that's what the game is called, but whatever has to offer. Here's the system requirements for Starfield on Steam. Minimum system requirements. Operating System Windows 10 version 22H2. I don't know if that's a processor. AMD Ryzen 5 2600X Intel Core i7 6800K memory by 16 gigabytes RAM. AMD Radeon RX 5700. NVIDIA GeForce 1070 Ti. DirectX version 12. Network broadband internet connection. Storage 125 gigabytes of available space. Additional notes. SSD required. And then you have the recommended system settings, which is the ones I just read were the minimum. So that means that you have to at least have this just to be able to fire it up. Windows 10, 11 with updates. AMD Ryzen 5 3600, Intel X i5 10600K, 60GB RAM, and AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080, DirectX version 12, broadband internet connection, storage, same. According to these requirements, the players need to have an SSD, and even if the gamers have a Radeon RX 5700 or NVIDIA GeForce T70 Ti graphics card, they'll still need 60 gigabytes of RAM. The game has a massive size of 125 gigabytes, meaning the players will need to have lots of free storage space. However, the system requirements do not specifically reveal what resolutions they are for, but the minimum requirements could be for 1080p at low graphics settings and recommended requirements for like 1440p at high graphics settings. There is no information for gaming at 4K, but even these recommended requirements will not be sufficient for it. Bethesda is, however, expected to release more information on the requirements as the game gears to launch on September 1st. Nice. And then you got like several other pages here, several other little entries here with additional information and recommended stuff. All right, what's next? Hmm. Let's see here. Well, there's not really that much else interesting right here on my recommendeds page. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of random drama crap and some other stuff, but other than that, not really. I don't much care for the whole drama crap. All the drama and stuff, not really. I'm not really a fan of all that crap. I am waiting on that one. Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40k TV series. I am very much excited for that one. Although it could be years off, who knows how long? Who knows how long it'll take that famous man to make his TV series? I mean, yeah, I'm waiting very patiently for that game. Got to go back in here. It's quieter in here. I can actually hear myself think over the really loud motor. But we'll get there. It may take us a little while, but obviously we'll get there. Let's see. What can we do, actually? Let's check the fish sonar. Nothing. Obviously, this is going to take a while, so most likely I'm going to end up having to probably skip by this until we get closer, because clearly this drive is going to take quite a while. So yeah, I'm going to be back in just a few minutes when we get to the Digby Port, or at least closer. Alright, well, we finally reached this place after like 30 minutes of freaking travel. It took me forever just to simply get over here. I'm like, geez. I mean, it's kind of hard with that fast travel, that speedy transport mechanic. I mean, can you imagine if they took that away and made you drive everywhere manually? Whoa, it'd take you a long time to get where you needed to go. No wonder it takes you hours to travel everywhere. No wonder. It takes freaking hours to get places. It took me like 45 minutes just to make this trip. Well, I wasn't really counting, so I don't really know. It might have only been like 15 minutes. I don't know. I know I had enough time to watch at least part of a movie. I just turned on a movie and watched a little bit of a movie while I was waiting. So, yeah. We're going to turn this in, and then we're going to try to go. We might skip a little bit of time where it's daytime, where we have a more accurate count of where the fish are actually going to be. What we're hunting for is redfish. That's what we're going for. Bar tips. Let's see. Redfish. Yes. Let's see. Skip time. All right. Let's see. Where is that tip at? Um, Whew, all the way down there. Sheesh. We'll do our first 10 lines by ourselves and use that money to pay off what we can. I'm gonna try to find some fast travel points along this area, hopefully. Do do do. I'm glad I managed to save myself. I don't know what happened there. I think I must have whacked myself against land somehow. I'm glad I managed to fix my boat, or at least, keep myself from crashing any further. Let's see. We're gonna get down there to the red crab area, but I want to try to discover as many port waypoints as possible between here and there, so I can actually have more fast travel points, so I can zip around a little faster. That's my main goal. Is always to find every fast travel point, as well as every possible boat. Obviously, let's go. Yeah, I found the boat. Woo. There's another boat. I know several locations for other boats. You really, honestly, all you really need is just a really good radar device, and you'll be able to find basically everything with little to very little issue. Obviously, getting up in here requires manual access. You gotta stick to the deeper areas, and you gotta watch this GPS here, and make sure you don't overshoot the boundary line. See, because there's a lot of little poles here that signify shallow water. So you're gonna want to slow way down and try, not to get through run your boat aground on shallow water. I mean, yeah, you can run your boat aground on shallow water, but it's really not good on your boat. I'm like running into sticks and stuff on the ground. I've ran aground a few times in like in my game. Shit. Okay, that's definitely not good. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to take a much smaller boat like the Borge or something out there. Yeesh. Okay, let's get ourselves a crew member and have him repair this. Okay, let's see. We need someone that's really good in boat repairs. Really good in basically everything, but it's 48,000. Crew members repair. Let's line up this lighthouse here. We're already at like, what, 59%? This place usually has to be taken in manually because the boats, this area is not actually correct with the way the map topography is. It only accounts for the actual land and not like the stone walls and the docks and stuff. I don't know why my boat's being like slammed around like a little, like freaking, like a little donkey or something. It's kind of weird. It's like whenever I'm trying to use a fast travel mechanic to go a little faster. I mean, I don't mind the port patrol because it makes you actually, it treats realism as an actual thing because, you can't actually go like speeding into port because obviously there's a lot of traffic and could be people swimming possibly. You can't just go speeding into any kind of port because of all the traffic and other stuff. And usually there's somebody in like, well, I don't know how ports actually work, but I'm assuming there's somebody in like a tower, like a radio control tower you have to contact, request docking, and then they'll like watch your boat approach and contact you and stuff. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move this guy back to rest so he can be ready to rest. Clearly. You know, my first guy was there, his actual name was Rudy. I've had a lot of guys, a lot of my starting guys are always named Rudy, which is kind of weird, but it's like, I feel like they always have mostly the same characters, it's just they spawn in different ports, but their names are usually roughly around the same, I think. What is this sound? What is that? Is that like a shark? It's a shark symbol, right? Does that mean you can actually secretly catch the sharks with a spear gun? Well, the harpoon. Does that mean you can actually harpoon the sharks? I've seen a whale symbol too. Does that mean there's a shark underneath the boat somewhere? Bruh. Bruh, no, please. Please, no. Dun, 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 dun. See, all of this is a manual in the next game. You won't be able to just pick up a bucket. I'm pretty sure you'll have to, like, well, I know there is next game on Steam, like another version of this. It's like the next iteration of the game has actually been announced. It's on Steam right now. It's called Ship at Seas or something like that, or Ships at Sea or something like that. It's easy to forget the name of the game. For some reason, it's always easy to forget. I'm gonna set all these because usually if it's at like a 10,000 hook line, you won't be able to set, you won't need to set but like 2 of them unless you have your storage like fully upgraded, and even then you still probably won't be able to do all of them because I mean you're gonna be pulling in a lot of fish, so it's gonna get kind of redonkulous after a while. It's like, bruh. We're going to try to set all these in a reasonably decent line, then go back around to the other end and wait. But most likely we'll set all these and then pick them up in the next episode. Because I can really rapidly set lines. I'm really good at setting the lines. Nets too. I can set them out with, well, anybody's good at this. If you're not good at this, then there's something wrong with you. If you're not good at just simply grabbing a bucket and doing this, and just have auto drive to drive in one direction for like a few hundred meters, like 5 to 1,000 meters, 12,000 meters, just driving in one direction for 12,000 meters, and you just set the lines across. all the way down that until your auto drive runs out. Come on. I have a feeling that in the next game they won't have these fancy buoy things. The buoys will be a thing, but I highly doubt they'll have them programmed with GPS. You'll probably have to literally look for them. Toss! You know. Usually, commercial fishing requires you to be able to process all the fish on board your boat and like crate it up. You'll have like several crates, like most likely in the storage deck below deck. You'll have like a lot of little boxes of crates, most likely, or they'll be like on your deck somewhere, like over here, and you'll be able to just like box them up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out all of these because I mean they're only 1,000 hook lines, so they're not gonna be very, they're not gonna be all that good. What is this, Selvo? What the fuck? The hell you doing out here, bro? I know one thing, and in the next game, I really hope they make it where other boats can't pass right over your long lining area. Because that's actually dangerous. I've heard about that happening in real life, like big ships running directly across long lines and them getting tangled in the propellers and stuff, or the lines themselves getting snapped, like cut. And it's just kind of like, I know you can get fined for that. That's why you're not. I'm not sure if there's any kind of rules or regulations on like how many lines you can set out at any given time and how long they can be left out unattended before you get fined. Because I know you can set long lines out for a long time and then come back to them and then like pull them all in with your little winch motor thing. And it's like, or if you don't have that, then you simply have a little, whatever this thing is, and you simply have it to a little motor thing. I guess that's what this is. You hook the little rope up to it, it's like I'm just gonna really looks like he already passed by. He just zipped right by. Now we're gonna go ahead and set out all of these buckets because clearly I have a feeling that we're not gonna really pull in that much. Cause I'm not really watching sonar. I have a feeling we're gonna catch at least something, but granted, since I'm not watching sonar, I usually just kind of assume that we're gonna catch something on these really long lines. I usually go with like 5,000 to 10,000 meter lines, and I'm just setting them out. It's like 1,000 meters of driving in one direction at a set speed, because you can't just like throw a buoy out and then run at full speed, and you basically just have to keep blowing this line out rapidly and make sure it doesn't get tangled or anything. That's why you can only go so fast, because you don't want it to get tangled. You see that drastic speed slow down as like crawls down to us. It slows down to a crawl. I'm assuming to keep it from getting tangled or the line snapping from tension, because you're letting all this line out. I do like the way that they do that in that crab fishing game. I haven't played it in so long. My memory is slipping so bad, like right now. Like, it's been slipping for the last several days. My memory's just been slipping. Video game memory is slipping, bro. That's not a good thing. It's horrible. Come on. I want to hurry and get all this done. I'm on a roll. I want to keep the roll going. I want to keep the roll going. I don't want to slow down. I want to keep it going. Woohoo! Got one more bucket to throw out and then we're done. Come on. I guess we gotta wait for the tension to loosen up so we can keep pushing forward. Full speed. All right, so we just dropped off our 10 last line, so we're gonna. We're just gonna keep. We're gonna set this line out, and then that'll be the end of this episode as soon as we get this finished. Clearly, the auto drive is the best method for any long lining adventure, or netting. Netting is another thing because auto driving will allow you to kind of keep your net straight. If you set the auto drive to one really long straight line and you set out nets across the whole length of the line. Obviously, if you have like 10 to 20 100-meter nets, clearly you're going to have a very big storage capacity to hold all those fish. And then you're going to have to process all those fish really quickly. Granted, you don't have to process them quickly because if you have the machine-based processor, you can technically just let the workers do it. Although I don't really like the fact that you can't use that. Like, the player cannot use the machine version, you can only do the manual one, which is just kind of sad because I guess they just don't know how to program you to be able to push buttons or whatever. When all the other NPCs just sit there and wiggle their hands around at both, at two different ends of the machine. They just sit there and wiggle their hands near it. It's like, I'm like, come on, bro. Why the player can easily do that? Come on. Anyways, we're gonna zip around back to the starting area. Way the freak back up here. Me. Oh, shit. No, we don't want that. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this episode of Fishing North Atlantic. If you like this episode, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you again in the next one. And in the next episode, we'll pull these lines and go back to port, sell the fish after processing it, obviously, and then we'll reset our line for most likely for krill again, and we'll do that a few more times, and then we'll most likely switch to either lobster or net fishing because long lining is only good for so long before it gets really boring and dull. You obviously want at least one crew member that's good in everything. Crabbing would be the best thing to do last because it takes a lot of people to do that, like a lot of workers, because you have to have several workers to man all the different positions. No, the player should not be messing with the crane unless you're really good at it, which I am not, so that's why I always try to buy like a really basic worker and then I'm like maxed out that crane ability so that he can really rapidly move those crates back and forth between the drop point and then back into the stack. Because that's one things that always pissed me off was in back in the first game, the crane operator would always like get stuck. It wouldn't. It would have some issues figuring out where how to pick up the crates or whatever and put them back on the stack or take them off the stack and put them on the thing. It would just have some trouble with it and it would get stuck occasionally. So it made it harder to rapid fire those crates. The like I would do like 30 or 40 traps at a time, if not 100, because I mean that the biggest crab ship in the game can have at least 100 traps on it. The bigger ones, we're talking the big metal cage ones. So yeah, it's crazy, but fun. Anyways, if you liked it, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next one. Peace.